And he won.
And he won, yeah. So if there were like events like the clean up the community or the fun fest or whatever, we were filming those for a season,
Okay, you've been winning government contracts for a long time now, sir. You are that guy that does that thing. Every door that is there, that is presented for you, is for you to open. For this opportunity, now not only are you coming with the answer, you're coming with the answer to the problem now that you create, but you're coming in with a financial grant that fits the need for that institution. You really want to focus on a niche, and I think this is an excellent and incredible niche for you to get into. And whatever, it's almost like you're asking me, vitamins make me feel good. Should I take these vitamins, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely, because they make you feel good. I would like to welcome Juiette Payne to the Win Big Bids platform, and we're just gonna talk through whatever challenges that you're dealing with in the everyday as you are planning to progress through this process. And tell us a little bit about where you've heard from us, and tell us a little bit about your journey to where you are today.
Yeah, of course. So I've been following Myron Golden for a couple of years now.
Yes.
And I saw, your interview with him. And it was awesome because, if Myron gets blown away, then, it's legit.
Sure.
So I remember when you were speaking, it was a lot of moments where he was pausing. He was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, it's that simple. You're just like, yo, this is like the best thing, So right after that, I signed up for your challenge. I took it earlier. No, this was last year now. Wow. So I took it last year and did the application process. A couple times I didn't finish it in time. And then finally I was like, dude, you got to finish this. So I finally finished it maybe a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And now I'm just in that season. I'm just like, okay, like what's next? What should I do with my other ventures and things like that?
Well, once again, congratulations on taking that step. You'd be surprised as to how many people join the challenge and join different aspects of what we do, and they don't do the work. So you taking those steps, those are definitely huge leaps in terms of helping you to grow and scale your business.
Thank you.
The services that you currently provide, I believe you said that you're in the music business.
Yeah, so I teach music, I perform and teach music. I also do production, so videography, photography for individuals who need it. And we also teach that as well. So those are kind of like my primary areas of business.
Got you. So potential opportunities for you would be to work in school districts or to offer your services. I know you mentioned before you're into video production work. I'm telling you that this is huge.
Yeah.
If you can work with local municipalities, they're not even aware of the need for a studio or the need for a social media presence. One of the things that we've been in talks with several municipalities about, and even though that's not even my space, but we are talking to several municipalities right now about establishing a social media presence.
Yes.
And the reason for that is because then they can better connect with the people and identify what the needs are. I think because of social media, we've had a lot of like digital town halls and things of that sort that people are more so engaged in nowadays. So I definitely think that there's an opportunity there as well with your video production work and the music. I think that can go hand in hand.
Yeah. And we, so right now, the school district over here, we run music program like after school. We just kind of started that this year.
And the music program that you're working on after school, who is that funded by?
So the school.
Okay.
Yeah. So we offered, we came to.
In essence, that's like having a government contract.
Okay, yeah.
Well, because they're funded, they're funded by.
Yeah, she's telling me they have grants.
This is a public school, am I right?
Yeah, it's a public school.
Okay, so a secondhand government contract. You can say that that's what this is.
So we're running that program, and we'll see if we continue in the fall with that. It's just a matter of them saying like if grant money comes in, they want to continue with us because they loved our work so far, teaching guitar, voice, drums, piano, different things like that. So that's been awesome. But yeah, I love how you mentioned local municipality. So we applied for Chicago. I live in Maywood. I'm like, should I apply for the village I live in too?
The village, the county, the state, yes, all of the above. So your certifications, whatever, it's almost like you're asking me, well, vitamins make me feel good. Should I take these vitamins, right? Absolutely, because they make you feel good. These certifications are going to help you. Now, some people spend their whole life filling out certifications as if that's the job. That's not the job. All right. The goal is to get your name on as many of these certification lists as possible so that when the opportunity comes, and there's an opportunity, a lot of these larger corporations, for example, when they're seeking to do work with the local municipality, there's of course requirements there. They go to the list. So the goal is for you to get on the diversity and minority and supplier list, and have your usually it comes with like your name, your business, your NAT codes, right? The type of services that you offer and that you supply. And then I would say also, don't be afraid to branch out into other areas, even potentially outside of your state, because some of the work that you do, you can do it digitally. You can do it, on Zoom, you could do it online. And if you have this as a service offering, quite possibly you can sell it as a package. If you're interested, I know someone who's great at funnel building, and you have your classroom set up where people can come in and they can take lessons digitally. And what if you can sell that to a school and just sell your digital package? So it's almost like a one and done. You do the work ahead of time and you sell those packages to local municipalities, and you gear the work for the specific age ranges that you're seeking to work with. And then you could just do a test, right? Where you're doing like maybe I'm sure it's nothing for you to pull together a 10-course package, right? And see if that's something that resonates. As a matter of fact, backing up really quickly, one of the things that we recommend is you sell it before you create it. You want to make sure that you're in a place where the market wants to buy what it is that you want to sell. So once you identify that there is a market for the services that you're selling, like one thing I think is great right now is that you already have a contract with a school. Why not market that same service you offer to that school to every school within a 100-mile radius? Because all of those other schools are still going for the same grants. And wouldn't that be a perfect match where they have someone coming in that fully meets that need, right? That the grant is calling for. And I'm sure the grant has something to do with like music and the arts. Okay. So I would certainly just pull it up in Google Maps, like all the schools within a 100-mile radius. Or you could even pull it up on ChatGPT. Give me all of the schools within a 100-mile radius. I need names, telephone numbers. Exactly. And then that way, I'm sure you have an existing contract.
So pretty much it's, I don't know how they have it laid out. I just made the offer to the school, just saying like, hey, we can offer a music program here. And they just had the funding for it and just like, hey, do spring break. They loved it. They're like, oh, come back for the summer. We want to have you back for the fall. They're switching superintendents and waiting on like grant funding and stuff. But besides those two, contingencies, they want to continue doing work with us. So
yeah, I think it would be incredible if you began to develop that list and began to systematically reaching out to all of these different entities offering your services through a proposal. So this is one of the things that we teach about how to, the secret or the hidden stages of winning bids even before the bid becomes apparent. And just to back up, I know you've already been a part of the challenge, but for those who might be listening in on this call, a bid is just simply an opportunity. So what your goal would be is to identify the opportunity well before it even presents itself. And so what you'll do is you'll create a proposal. I would certainly love to invite you to our Win Big Bids family program, because in there we have a whole segment dedicated to proposal writing. And what that'll do is you want to have that proposal like ready on deck, right? So that you can, in essence, you're not waiting for the opportunity now. You're presenting the opportunity, or you're presenting the answer even before they realize that you exist.
That's good.
At the end of the day, it's almost like you become a prophet. You become prophetic. All right. And even better is if you were able to identify the grant for this opportunity. Now, not only are you coming with the answer, right? You're coming with the answer to the problem now that you create. So what it is that, every school wants to have the best service. All right. But they don't necessarily all have the resources to know what's available to them. So wouldn't it be interesting if you can present yourself as someone who is not only coming with the solution for the children for their educational needs, but you're coming in with a financial grant that fits the need for that institution. But that's what this is about, right? This is really all about understanding, like I said before, when you enter into his courts, you enter in with thanksgiving, you enter in with praise. I do not believe in making phone calls without entering in with a gift. My gifts are the bids in hand. And in your case, specifically because you're working with educational facilities, your gift are the grants. And even if, let's say this season, they're not set up to go after the grant, you better believe they'll know that grant exists for next season. Okay. So, everyone comes into various institutions with different levels of understanding and knowing what's available, like monies, funds that are available for their institution. So you being able to come in, you're going to look like a prophet. All right. So some of the other opportunities that might be available within local municipalities specifically, and this is kind of off center, the municipality themselves may be running a campaign or may want to shoot a commercial. With the skill sets that you have, I believe that you can rightly position yourself as, in essence, the producer for these commercials. And if you're not shooting it yourself, you certainly know who you can go to build the team to, execute that commercial. And municipalities oftentimes, they'll have campaigns ongoing for like recyclable programs or, come down to the waterfront. Maybe there's some special event going on there. And you can, in essence, sell your local municipality. This, once again, is selling something even before they're putting it out there to bid, right? Because ultimately what you want is you want to be the first person that they think of when the opportunity presents themselves.
Exactly.
And what I'm finding oftentimes is that municipalities are not leveraging social media. Municipalities are always like 20, 30 years behind. That's why I recommend entering into these spaces, just because of the skill set and the technological know-how that you have. You can come in and help the municipality create more of a binding relationship with their local community. And they would love you for it. You'll look like, in essence, manna. Right? You came from nowhere with all of these answers to problems they didn't even know or realize that they had. All right. And oftentimes municipalities that do have social media platforms, it's not very engaging. So you being able to come in and offer your services to the municipality would be a great opportunity. Another opportunity, and this is off kilter, this is what we call selling the sawdust. So let's say your ideal avatar, your ideal person that you desire to work with is your local municipality. But that municipality is run by municipal executives, many of which have to run for office every 2 to 4 years. Do you see the opportunity there?
Yeah.
There's opportunity.
And it's funny because we actually started our mayor, who's in Maywood right now.
Yes.
We were filming his campaigns when he was running at that time. Now, at that time, this was 4 years ago.
And he won.
And he won, yeah. So if there were like events like the clean up the community or the fun fest or whatever, we were filming those for a season,
Okay, so
then it got to
you've been winning government contracts for a long time now, sir.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like, they were just paying us.
But now you take that skill set and you market it county to county and to all the surrounding cities, because you are that guy that does that thing. You really want to focus on a niche. And I think this is an excellent and incredible niche for you to get into and for you to present yourself to these local municipalities. Because when you think about it, when you're working with municipal executives, what they value is discreetness. Okay. Yeah. When you're working with them behind the scenes, you tend to see a lot of things that, let's say, the general public doesn't get an opportunity to see. Right. And especially when you're managing their image. The local mayor of your city decided to entrust with you their image. Yeah. That's really huge.
That's a good way to look at it.
But because when you're pulling together copy, your brochures, your information, your emails, you have to think from the perspective of the buyer. Okay. So in thinking from the perspective of the buyer, someone might just look at you and say, oh no, I'm not going to trust him with, even though you're fully capable and able to do the work. And it's like, oh, well, I've worked with Mayor A and I've worked with Governor B. Oh, okay. He understands how to protect my private space. And so that's what makes it so you want to become like the Louis Vuitton in your industry, right? Where the quality, although some will argue with this, the quality, is not questioned, right? And your level of service every time you step into the room is not questioned. And you can sell that bad boy, there's elections going on every year somewhere, right? And every season somewhere. So you're gearing up for elections in February for, November elections. And then there's elections all throughout the year in different places. So it's up to you to become that point person. I would certainly reach out to both the Democrats and the Republicans within your city to see what opportunities may lie there. And this is just like a sawdust thing. It's not to become political. It's I support, whoever's bringing the check.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Now, question. So should I apply my other business, Starving Arts Courses, where we teach the music? Should I do the whole Chicago application for that business as well? Because I did it only for Payne Door Productions, where we do photography and video. Now, for each of my businesses do it?
This is how you market yourself to the municipalities, by getting yourself on whatever list, whatever contract list, whatever vendor list, whatever certifications that you have. And then it's all about constantly keeping in touch with them. So that when, a newbie, one of the recommendations that we share is when you first get started, you make it your goal to present yourself in front of the municipal executives, because a lot of people tend to come to them and it's like, well, what vendor do you know that does this? Oh, I know Juiette Payne, he does this work. You see, and it just flies off the top of their heads. Like, even when I would win bids, right, I would go back to the municipality sometimes and say, well, we had a few people in mind to do this work. Who do you recommend?
Okay.
And what that does is it just creates a banter.
Right.
It creates a communicative environment. It's like, I care about what you think.
Yeah.
I want to know, what do you have to say on this topic or on this idea, right? And it's just an opportunity for you to crack open the door to a window of other opportunities.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Now, you mentioned I could go ahead and start applying for certain bids. So I need to get the proposals in order, whatnot, start applying for bids. So I think that was just on the website you mentioned in the challenge. Just kind of go to the website and look for what bids are open at the moment.
Yes.
And start applying even though I didn't get approved yet.
Yes. So let me just preface for those who might be listening and may not have been privy to the conversation that we had a little bit earlier. Certifications do not prevent you from submitting to bids. You do not need your certification. Your certification acts as leverage for you to win opportunities, but it's not going to be the ultimate reason why you won the opportunity. If you're not capable and able, you won't even be on the list to win opportunities. And the certifications that I'm talking about is the Women Business Enterprise Certification, the Minority Business Enterprise Certification, the Veteran Business Enterprise Certification, HubZone. There's a variety of others, some of which might be just because you're local to your local municipality. There are even certifications based on class for a lot of DBEs, or that term DBEs, based on net worth. So there are a variety of opportunities. So yes, to answer your question, do not wait until you get your approval for your certification, because that's not holding you back from going after bids. What's holding you back from going after bids is you.
Yeah, right.
As long as you have your business and you're ready to go, you have the bid in hand, and it is in an area where you see yourself operating in part or in whole, go after the bid. Go after those opportunities.
And do you put like certification pending as like a note of some sort?
You could, although it doesn't mean anything until you actually get your certification. But in real life, by the time you go through the process of submitting your proposal, it'll probably have already been approved. So you can, change the language on there.
Busy. Yeah. So get to work. Okay.
Yeah. If you got to eat now, you gotta submit your bid now.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
There we go. You gotta throw that in the challenge. You gotta say that sentence. I like that.
Yeah, if you gotta eat now, you gotta go after that opportunity right now.
Yeah.
So the ultimate goal here is for you to leverage what you already have. And what you already do have is you have an existing relationship with the school systems. We just did a YouTube video the other day about ice cream, right? A local school system was seeking for ice cream services. All right. Position yourself to win an opportunity like this in the music industry, teaching music before the bid even hits. All right. So, and you could even preface your letter with saying, my name is Juiette Payne. I offer, music lesson service. We can either do it live or digitally. Now, I will say this. You always want digital. Why? Because you're in more control of your time.
Yeah.
When you offer your service digitally. But if it does require that you're there on site, then you might want to start thinking ahead from a workflow perspective as to, if I were to build a team to do this on my behalf, how would I run this? How would I charge? 9 times out of 10, most solopreneurs, or if it's a small business just with one other partner, they're always charging just based on supplying the needs for themselves and their partner, but not necessarily for a team.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure that you're billing for a team, because at the end of the day, one day you're going to want to retire. You're not going to be wanting to run around. And that's what happens when you're building a legacy. You're building a business that could then run without you.
Yeah. That's good. Wow. Love it. Thank you so much. You got my wheels turning. Take it to the next level.
All right. Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure spending time with you. I know we only have 30 minutes here. But nonetheless, I would love to get some feedback from you as to how you're doing out there in the field. And if you feel as if the Win Big Bids opportunity, the Win Big Bids family, it's a 12-week program, is, if it jives with you, if it works with you, I'll have Liz send you some information on that. just so that you can learn a little bit more about the opportunity. But nonetheless, just take this with you. Every door that is there, that is presented before you, is for you to open. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Thank you for dropping by. And until next time, this is Alison Etinoff. Go win and win big. This is your Win Big Bid of the Day. We are calling for all janitorial companies in California. The California Department of Food and Agriculture is seeking a contract for janitorial service in San Marcos, California. Our Win Big Bids estimate is $500,000 per year, and this is the 2-year contract with a potential 1-year extension. The bid info is in the description. This proposal is due August 15th, 2025 by 2 p.m. Don't know how to write a proposal? Don't even know what a bid is? A bid is an opportunity for you to win big, and that's what our Win Big Bids community is all about. We'll teach you how to win these government contracts and scale your businesses like a pro. Not your kind of work? Drop your city and specialty below, and we'll hunt down a bid built just for you.